Hi, I'm Chris Garlock with the American Go e-Journal.
Hi, I'm Norman Tsai, AGA 6 Dan.
Welcome to today's highlight from the AGA Pro Tournament here in Los Angeles. You may hear some stones clicking in the background. That's some other players who are reviewing one of their other games from this morning, which we'll be taking a look at shortly. So, Norman, you've set up the situation in this game between Jeremy Chiu and Andrew Liu. Why don't you tell us what's going on?
Oh, sure. So what's going on right now is that White has these two groups engaged in a running battle with this marked triangle black squared group.
Okay.
And White had a choice between playing a reinforcing move at either A or B. And so in the real game, White played A, putting emphasis on these triangled black stones.
Okay.
But actually, that move was too soft and not the critical point. He should have played at B instead.
Okay. Now, why are those four stones there do look kind of important, but you're saying that that's really not the correct direction to play at this point?
Right. Right now, it's not important to put emphasis on those stones because White has already spent one move living with the top group.
So that group is settled.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
White should have put emphasis instead on the marked squared black group, which is far heavier.
And more attackable.
Right.
Gotcha. So if you had played the B, the correct move, how does that sequence go?
So if White would have played at B, Black would not have been able to play the move that he played in the game.
Which is a really big move.
Here, yes, this big move. Because White would be able to turn with his other group in Sente.
Forcing Black to connect underneath,
Right.
play on the first line, which can't possibly
Exactly.
be good.
So thus nearly settling his two weak groups in the center
I see.
and creating a nice thickness, allowing him to follow up with another big move.
Gotcha.
This would be too good for White. Therefore, Black would have had to have spent a move moving out here at G9, forcing White to play another defensive move. And in this way, White would be able to keep the initiative.
Terrific. Now, why don't we take a look at go forward in the game, because White's incorrect direction of play sort of comes back to haunt him at another critical point of the game, right?
Yes, right.
Okay, let's take a look at that.
So in the real game, White played a soft move at L11, allowing Black to play here. And then he makes one more mistake here with the E19 move. He disconnects Black in the center, but
And that's a statement that he really wants to attack it.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. But because Black got the critical point here at J10,
Shape move.
which we marked earlier, White was not able to get a severe attack on this group, thus falling behind in territory. Now, as the game progressed,
Lots of fighting. Go look at the game record. We're not going to go into all of that. It's very interesting, though.
yes, right. Black plays this wedging
Very
move.
nice wedge.
As a defensive play.
Right.
And White makes a very big mistake here by clinging on to attacking
The
these
same
four.
stones you talked about earlier.
Yes, right.
So they're still just not they're points, but they're not that many points.
Right. They're points, but they're not critical because White had already spent the living move.
Right. And White's alive.
At K19, right. The important area
So
was
where should White have
White
played?
should have played this hotting instead.
Because
this area is where White's potential is.
And White needs points because he didn't have that many.
Right, exactly. If Black were to take these stones, which are not so big, White can play this move and thus try to reclaim the territorial balance because this is where his potential is. In the real game, because White clung on to these unimportant stones, Black was able to take this Panuki because White again added one more move.
Another move.
Yes.
For these same unimportant stones.
Right. So all in all, White put too much emphasis on trying to capture these four unimportant Black stones, and when Black was able to play here, this shape move, now these two White groups at the locations 1 and 2 become too difficult to handle simultaneously. And at the same time, the resulting fighting created basically White lost all his potential in this area.
The attacker becomes the attacked.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so fighting occurred.
Yeah, and we're again, we'll let you look at that in the game record, which is at usgo.org. So
Right.
wrong direction to play, and then just getting too attached to stones that really just were no longer important as the lesson of this game.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh,
I
yes.
really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.